Hey yo, it is DEZ and welcome back my captains. So captains, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing our final season rankings, okay? And I'm excited to dive into this. This is my second time, guys, my second time recording this video because my first time around, I don't know, I feel like I need to go more in depth with the scoring and give you guys some more concrete, like who placed what and the reason on why I judged the way how I did. Okay, so pretty much each category has certain criteria that I will be going over in this video so you guys can understand everything, okay? Because I want it to be clear because this is based off of scores, okay? This is not based off of my personal feelings. There's no biasness in this. It's literally I went back, watched footage over a period of time. So I'm looking at the beginning of the season all the way until the end of the season. So this is not just one performance, not just one game. This is the entire season, okay? And I just want to say this as a disclaimer for everybody because like I said in my previous video, I know that we have our fan bases and everybody is diehard for their team. Trust me, I am too. I am too. So I definitely understand, like, if you feel like, you know, maybe somebody else should have placed higher or whatever, but this is just my personal scoring. And guys, this is not my personal feelings, okay? Let me get that straight. This is not my personal feelings. This is literally me scoring on black and white paper, and I tallied up everybody last. So pretty much I put the scores in and then I added everything up and see how everybody did pretty much. So I didn't necessarily say, ooh, this squad needs to have this point higher than this squad because I like this squad better. No, it was certain things that they had to meet to score, okay? I hope y'all are following me on this, but yes, so each score is looking at a progression over time over their whole entire season. So yes, mid-season rankings will be, you know, considered in this video. So I did take all those into consideration. But with my mid-season rankings, it kind of wasn't all the way like scored, I guess you could say. I didn't break down the scores or I guess the detailing of each category as well as I did for this final season ranking because I wanted it to be fair. I want it to be clear cut, everything polished. I wanted it to be precise on this final ranking because I didn't want any biasness to go on with it, okay? So this is me looking at each team as if I was a judge, pretty much. So like I said, if you have your personal opinions, that's fine. I would love to hear your final season rankings down in the comment section, but please make sure you be kind in the comment section, okay? We all are entitled to our own opinion and it is okay if we disagree, but we can disagree to agree. Can you hear me? Okay. I will be making my own personal list video of my personal like superlatives or my top choices of stuff. That is my personal opinion that I did not score. Literally, like if I like something more, I'm going to say that. That's going to be in one of my upcoming videos. So make sure your post notifications are turned on for that. Because this one is literally based on scoring, okay? Just want to put that out there. Okay, well, let's go ahead and dive on into this. And let's go ahead and run my intro before we get started and on to this, how I graded everything and breaking down the categories and stuff. So let's just go ahead and run this intro, okay? Let's talk dance, period. Okay, captain, so let me go ahead and break down this criteria. Now there are 3 different categories that I based off these scores, okay? And pretty much it is stands. It's going to be the same exact thing as it was for the mid-season. It's stands, captain, field, and then we're going to have actual overall score this time. So actually it's 4 categories actually because I did give an overall impression. So yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into each category so I can break this up for y'all, okay? So for captain category and the criteria for me judging and the rubric I had to go off of, and each of these criteria was worth 5 points, okay? So the first one is confidence in leading. So the captain must be confident out in front while she's leading the girls. I mean, it is just something that is just needed. You have to be confident in yourself as a leader and being out in front. So how well was this captain confident in her leading? Okay. Next, we have count selection, and pretty much that is just how she, you know, put together the counts to stand songs, and what she decided to do. Did it fit the music? Did she deliver those counts? So that's pretty much what count selection is. And then we have facial expressions. Now I had to break this up, y'all. My husband had me go in detail. He was like, no, you gotta be a little bit more, you know, detailed with this. So I appreciate his help on this, because this was definitely hard for me to do. So facial expression is its own category, because yes, it's part of showmanship, but facial expression is just so important when it comes to overall performance. Any coach, anybody in front of a team will let you know, I don't want to see no dry faces. I don't want to see no boring faces, okay? We are not playing the Nutcracker. This is not a ballet team. I need to see some type of performance, okay? So facial expressions is very important. Now, I do recognize not every team is going to be the same as far as, you know, how they do facial expressions. Some teams, you know, really go ham with the facial expressions. Some teams are really laid back. So I do take those things in consideration. So the facial expression and how you engage your audience through your facials is very important and crucial as a captain, okay? And then my last category that I have for the captain category is showmanship / energy. Now, when you look up showmanship, I think it says something about presentation. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen so you guys can see. It says something about presentation, and I had just, you know, put that together with energy, because energy is so important. How does that captain transfer that energy to her squad, and let alone her audience? How well is the audience perceiving her energy? Can we feel it? Or is it just like a person up there just throwing counts? You know what I'm saying? So that is very important. So each of these categories, these 4 categories, confidence in leading, count selection, facials, and showmanship / energy, is worth 5 points each, meaning they can get a total of 20 points maximum in the captain category. Okay, so let's get into our next category, which would be stands. Okay, so our stands criteria will be execution, energy / showmanship. It's kind of the same thing. Execution is like, how well did the squad execute the counts? Was it clean? Were their arm placements the same? Just overall execution. Was it there? Was it clean? That. So next we have energy / showmanship, which is pretty much the same thing, kind of like how we did in the captain category. How well was the energy of the squad? Did they really showcase these counts the best that they could? Did they really give us a show? Could we feel the performance? So that type of thing. And were they feeding off each other? Because energy is transferred. It needs to be transferred throughout the whole entire squad. So that is why I took that into consideration. Our next criteria would be knowledge of the choreography. So let alone executing the choreography and hitting the moves, you can have hiccups and forget or not see what's going on because you might not have been paying attention. So knowledge of the counts. Do they know the choreography? Do they have to look at somebody else? Do they look unsure? Do they feel unsure? So that type of thing. You have to be confident in your material for yourself. That is how everybody, that's how you have your squad's back. Because if you know your stuff and everybody else know their stuff, everybody should be good, period. Okay, and this criteria, this stands category is out of 15 points. So it's only 3 criterias that I'm judging off of. Remember, each of them is worth 5 points, okay? So meaning they can get a total of 15 for the stands category, okay? All right, so next up we have field performance. All right, and this also has 4 criterias that all weigh 5 points each, so they can get 20 points maximum for the field category, okay? So our first criteria would be technique / cleanliness, okay? And guys, technique means not only technical movements, but yes, technical movements, because it is so important. For me personally, y'all know I came up with this rubric. I kind of, use this based off of what I see when I'm judging or when I'm at auditions. These are the stuff that, squads will judge you on, okay? That's kind of how I came about with this rubric. Technique / cleanliness, it's more so of like pointing toes, basic stuff like that, high kicks, just overall, just execution. Was the squat together? Was it clean? Where, everybody's spotting? Was the turns on point? That type of thing, okay? So not necessarily how many turns the squad did, not necessarily how many leaps and jumps and stuff that the squad did, but more so the execution of everything and making sure that it was clean, okay? So next we have musicality. Musicality is very, very important on the field to make sure that you are highlighting the band's arrangement. So making sure that your choreography fits the song. So let's say if it was a theme or whatever, making sure your choreography fits into the theme of the song or whatever. It has to be musical, okay? You have to showcase those musical abilities as a dancer. And I talked about this, in all my reviews that I haven't, done in the past. So then next we have is choreography. So choreography is how well the routine was put together. Did it make sense? Did it feel like it was rushed? Did it feel like you had too many moves and too many counts? Was it just right? So the choreography matters. And how well put together the counts go. So do they flow? Does the choreography flow together, or do it just look like a whole bunch of moves jammed into one short, one short performance? So that is why I took that consideration. And lastly, we have spatial awareness. This is a huge one for me because as a bandsman, you should know your spacing on the field. If not, that's just something in band camp. That's band camp basics. As a HBCU dancer, you should be spatially aware of where you are on the field and your formations because they are so important, okay? So spatial awareness is our last category or our last criteria for this category, okay? So remember, this is, 4 different criteria worth 5 points each, and they get a total of 20 for field performance. Okay, so our final category will be overall impression, and pretty much that is out of 10 points. And that does not necessarily have any criteria that I went off of. It kind of was just my impression of the squad. So each time that I seen the squad, how were they? Just my overall impression of them. Did they, give me the confidence? Do they feel like, when they walk into the stadium, did they take control? When they're in the stands, do they demand your attention? When on the field, do they command your attention? It's just overall impression of the team. Uniforms, how do they look? All that is an overall impression, okay? But that is out of 10 points, all right? So overall, for our final scoring, which I will get into a final score for each team, it will be 65 points. It will be out of 65 points. So out of all these categories added up, if a squad, got all maximum points in each category, they will reach a 65. So that is the highest that a squad can receive for this personal rubric, which is mine, okay? Y'all comment down below if y'all kind of like this rubric system that I have. I had to really try to break it down and make it, I guess, easier to understand. And I want to make it as fair as possible. So y'all let me know down below how y'all like this rubric. But anyway, let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into what this video is about, okay? And that is the final season rankings, okay? And guys, before we get started, please have an open mind, okay? Have an open mind. Just because a team didn't make it somewhere doesn't mean that they were horrible or that they didn't score high. These scores were so close, guys. I mean, like 0.5 away, a half point away from each other. So just please understand that. I have scored like literally over 20 teams. So somebody, somebody has to score high or lower somewhere, okay? So this is just my personal scoring. Y'all let me know what y'all will score down below. All right, let's get into it, captains. I'm ready. All right, so we're going to start off with our field category, okay? Our field category. So let's start off with our number 5 spot. Now, some teams did tie, okay? And as you guys will see, I will post the scores of what they scored. The squads that did tie, I tried to go ahead and place them where I think that they fall the best. So you might see some squads have the same score, but I went ahead and placed them in the top 5, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just had to take like small things in consideration and say, okay, well, I would place them above who. But other than that, I mean, these scores are pretty much, I mean, they're so close, guys. So let's go ahead and get into our field category. For our number 5 position, we have a 2-way tie, which is between Motion of the Ocean. Okay, these ladies have been serving. They have been giving us wonderful field shows, some dynamic techniques, some dynamic cleanliness, and I love their choreography overall. And I believe that they, you know, have a great field presence on, you know what I'm saying, a presence on the field, period. I think that they really dominated when they came and got on the field. So yes, ladies. Our next number 5 spot would be the Black Foxes, okay? And the Black Foxes are just so clean. Like, I love the way how they look on the field as a squad. I think that they, you know, really pay attention to those small details and really, you know, showcase that technical element that I look for in a dance feature. So yes, kudos, ladies. Y'all are killing and doing amazing, period. So my number 4 spot will go to the Orchesis, okay? And the Orchesis, their presence on the field was just so, like, everybody was so confident. It looked like they were having fun at each routine that I saw. And I love their showmanship on the field. It just looked like everybody was very confident. And plus, they pay attention to those small details. So that is what's taken into consideration there. So nice job, ladies. Our number 3 spot will be the Prancing J Sets, okay? And as you guys know, these ladies always going to give us some type of tricks. They're going to give us some type of tumbling, and it's never like you don't even want to blink your eye because you might miss something, okay? That's how jam-packed their routines are, and I just love the way how they use their, you know, their different, I guess, acrobatics. I just love the way how they put it all together, and it just come out as such a powerful routine. So I just love how they incorporate, you know, just gymnastic movements. I think that sets them apart from different dance teams. So kudos to you, ladies. Y'all are doing amazing. All right, our number 2 spot is going to go to the Dancing Divas. Now, guys, like, when I went to go look back at their footage, they had a fire underneath them every time they hit the field, and their showmanship was always on point. I love how they really command the attention on the field. They definitely just left it all on the field each and every time, and I love their choreography. I love the way how they piece together everything, and you can definitely see that from the beginning of the season all the way up until their last performance, they were definitely consistent with their field choreography. So kudos to you, ladies. Okay, all right, last but not least, our first spot, y'all, our number 1 spot. Y'all already know who this is going to be. Y'all already know, okay? The fabulous Southern Dancing Dolls, okay? They are just killing it. They're killing the game. I mean, they almost had a perfect score. The only thing that I took in consideration with, you know, scoring them is that at the beginning of the season, they had a few little things just to clean up as far as spacing on the field. And I can't remember exactly what performance it was, just a little bit of timing, but yeah, in the ending pose, I think on one of their routines or whatever, but literally they almost had a perfect score because they just literally dominated the field, period. Okay, they left it all on the field. The technique, to the way how they executed their technique, to how the routine was put together, the choreography was just genius. Okay, and from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, the ladies have been consistent, and it has been getting better and better and better each and every time I've seen them. Yeah, so congratulations to the fabulous Dancing Dolls on a successful field season. You ladies are looking amazing, and I can't wait to see more from y'all in the future. So period, congratulations. All right, so let's go ahead and get right on into our stands category, okay? Let's get into some stands. Now, let's see. I don't think we had any ties. Yes, we do. We actually have two ties, okay? So as you guys will see, I will put the scores on the screen so you guys will be able to see it. So for our number 5 spot, we do have a two-way tie between the Orchesis, okay? Orchesis definitely was a, you know, not a shocker for this season, but definitely just an eye-opener for this season that, you know, you shouldn't sleep on these other dance teams, you know, other than our big 4 or big 3 that we do talk about all the time. They definitely have been rising and definitely been giving us some great material in the stands, just from the way how they perform their stand pieces. I mean, the ladies just give us entertainment each and every time that we see them, okay? So the squad that's tied with the Orchesis is the Prancing J Sets, okay? And guys, I know my community, okay? I know you guys love the Prancing J Sets. Now let me explain why I gave my scores the way how I did, okay? So because I'm looking at it progressively over the season, I took in consideration just of how they look from the beginning of the season all the way up into the end. Now they have gotten a lot, you know, more cohesive with their dancing. I think that, you know, they started to mesh very well, you know, towards the middle to the end of the season. So I think these ladies have been definitely doing amazing. I love how, you know, the squad has different powerhouses and how, you know, each girl can bring their own personality to the team to make the team more powerful. So I just want to put that out there that I did, you know, look at it from, you know, from the season, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, okay, captains? But they have been definitely delivering, and I've definitely been enjoying them this season. So congratulations, ladies. So our number 4 spot is going to go to the sensational Stingettes. Okay, same thing goes for kind of like what I was talking about with the Prancing J Sets. The Stingettes, they have definitely been giving us amazing, memorable moments from this season, you know, just as far as their energy as a squad in the stands. I think that they've been delivering, and I think they look amazing as a team. Now, we did have some hiccups as far as, you know, with, you know, not memorization, but knowledge of the choreography and being confident in the execution of the choreography. But as a whole, I think that they have done an amazing job, you know, the entire season. Oh, and I didn't say this at the beginning. The stand portion is the entire team in the stand, so not just the captain. This is the entire team. How did they mesh well together? How did they perform together? So that is why the stand portion is different from the captain portion, okay? But the ladies have been doing amazing, so yes, nice job, Stingettes. All right, so our number 3 spot is going to go to the underdog of the season. The squad that you need to be looking out for, okay, is the Golden Passionettes, okay? And guys, I mean, these ladies, I mean, when you go back and look at all of their stand routines, all from every single game that they had, I mean, they brought it each and every time with the choreography, with the attitude, with the confidence in their material. Like, they have definitely been having an amazing season. I mean, they have been breaking it. So I think these ladies fully deserve this. And congratulations, ladies. And I can't wait to see more from y'all in the future, period. All right, so let's get into our number 2 spot. Now, the Golden Passionettes and this team both scored the same exact score, but I kind of placed them on how I seen fit. So our number 2 spot goes to the Dancing Divas, okay? And guys, the Divas, I mean, just period, they took over mid-season. I mean, they just straight up took over the scene, period. They have come into us with, you know, different surprise elements and just not giving us just a regular show in the stands. And I can appreciate that. Always having your audience on their toes, and you just don't know what to expect each and every time you see them. So I definitely appreciate that wow factor there, and they definitely have that performance and cohesiveness to their stands, and I love that everybody was definitely confident in the material. So period. Nice job, Divas. Okay, so let's get on into our number 1 spot. Now guys, y'all should know this. They have gotten a perfect score. A perfect score from me, because when I go back and look at every single last game from the beginning of the season all the way up into the end of the season, I mean, the ladies just aged like fine wine, period. Okay, y'all should know who this is, and if y'all don't, let me tell you. Okay, it is the Golden Girls. Okay, and they have definitely been dominating the stands this season. They show the reason why they are the mothers. Okay, they are the mothers. Okay, and hey, I mean, the energy, and like how I talked about in all my reviews that I've done for them, I think that they are very clean for their style that they do. And I think that they look well polished together. Like I couldn't tell new girls from old heads. It was just an amazing season for them overall. Excellent choreography that kept us on our toes. I mean, count selections was on point. When they gave us something new, everybody knew the material. I mean, it was just, y'all, 10s across the board, period. In this case, it'd be 5 across the board, but y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway, congratulations, Golden Girls. Y'all definitely earned y'all #1 spot, period. All right, captains, let's go ahead and dive into our captain category. And guys, I fought with my husband on this so like for so many hours. That is why it's so late for me re-recording this video, because I just did not know if I scored this right or whatever. I had to go back and forth with this. So guys, just know that this is not easy for me at all. Okay, this is not easy at all, because I think a lot of these captains, a lot of these squads definitely, you know, I don't know, everybody deserves their 10s at some point. So it was just hard for your girl. Okay, so let's get into this captain category. Let's get into our #5 spot, and we did not have any ties in this category. Okay, so that speaks volumes on these captains. All right, so our #5 spot will go to the Orchesis. Ma'am showed out. I mean, she definitely put she made a statement between her facials, her count selection, and just the way how she led her squad with confidence each and every time I've seen her from the beginning of the season to the end. She definitely has made some good progression throughout the season, and I'm definitely proud of her. And yeah, so Essence, ma'am, you are doing amazing. I heard that you're coming back next season. I hope it's true. And if so, I can't wait to see what you bring for next season as a seasoned captain. Okay, a 2-time captain. That's what it's about. All right. But you definitely dominated this season, and I just, from watching you from the beginning to the end of the season, I mean, the consistency, ma'am, in your leading and being very, very confident in your leading is what's important. All right. And I love your showmanship, period. All right, so captains, our #4 spot is going to go to, now I need you guys to have an open mind with this, and I'm going to tell you why this captain has placed right here. I know I'm going to hear some pushback from it, and it's okay, because I am confident in my scoring. So our #4 spot is going to go to the sensational Stingettes, Brianni. Okay, I know. All right, I know. Brianni is definitely an amazing leader, amazing captain out in front. Can't take that away from the girl. Period. Dances her tail off each and every time. Now, when I tell you that these next few captains that I'm going to name, they were literally like a half point away from each other. So it was very, very close. The one thing that separated Brianni from everybody else was her facials. Remember, guys, if you look back at my criteria, facial expressions was part of my grading process for the captains. So that is the only thing that she kind of fell short in for me, in my opinion. Just her overall, just changing up her facials when it comes to throwing her counts. So that is my only thing there. But other than that, Brianni is definitely the girl, definitely the captain. She was #1, you know, for our mid-season ranking, and it speaks volumes of how much she is just an awesome leader out in front, awesome person, and I just can't wait to see more from her in her future. And yeah, she led the girls this season very well, no doubt about that. Okay, period. All right, so our #3 spot is going to go to the Dancing Divas. Okay, Lanicia, she is amazing. I mean, when I went back to watch the battle between the Stingettes and the Dancing Divas, I mean, just the facial expression, Just a different way. I mean, both teams have two different totally dance styles. So you do have to take some of that into consideration. Like, you know, with the Stingers, they always give me, you know, those nice hard hitting counts, and they just, I don't know, the way how they serve their counts is so different. But the Divas was really like that underdog that came out for underneath and had to show the girls like, look, I'm leading. And she was definitely leading the girls this season. From every game that I've seen her, she has been a very, very consistent captain with her showmanship. I love her facial expressions. Her count selection is always on point, and her squad is always backing her up. Her energy transfer is just simply amazing. Amazing. A1. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right on into our number 2 spot. Our number 2 spot will be the Golden Passionettes. Now, you guys know that I am a huge fan of Captain Fee, okay? I love her to death. From the first time I reviewed them this season, I mean, she has just been consistent. When I say this captain has been consistent all season long, I mean, baby girl, I mean, just the way how she delivers her counts is just something out of this world, and just something to pay attention to, and it's a joy to watch. So definitely, ma'am, kudos to you. You definitely deserve this, all right? So our number 1 spot is going to go to, y'all already know who this is. Y'all know who it is, okay? And if you don't, you just don't know. But anyway, our number 1 spot is going to go to Miss Captain Kivia from the Golden Girls, okay? She has definitely been doing amazing this season. She is just, I mean, just the way how her confidence level is, and her team, and just in her self-leading, I mean, she is just phenomenal. She puts on a show. She makes the crowd feel it. She gets you entertained. She gets you excited about dancing. Even though you're not dancing, she makes you want to get out there and dance with her. So I love that about her engagement there. Her showmanship is impeccable. Her facial expressions, ma'am, matches every movement. She knows how to change it up, make it interesting, and I just love that about her. She really pulls you in, and she is an ideal captain. So yes, ma'am, you have been consistent for these past 2 years that you've been captain, and I just want to say congratulations, ma'am, because you earned that spot, period. Okay. All right, captains. All right, I know that one was a little bit tough, and you guys can let me know your final rankings. Remember, these are based on scores, literally scoring. Okay, sometimes scoring is the best way to see, you know, where everybody lies, okay? Because, you know, what you might have in your head is completely different from when you put it down on paper. Because I know it was definitely different for me, which is why I'm going to do a separate video on my top picks. You know, no scoring, just my personal opinions, okay? So make sure y'all, you know, stay tuned for that. Turn your post notifications on for that, because that is coming up soon. All right. So now we have our overall impression of the team, okay? Remember, this is out of 10 points each, and these are the teams that scored the highest in this category, okay? And some teams might surprise you that it's on this list, or they might not. I don't know, but let's get into it, captains. So our number 5 spot is going to go to the Black Foxes. The Black Foxes definitely gave me a different impression of the team this year. Like, I love the way how they look in the stands. I love the way how they look on the field. They were very, very polished and well together. Each and every time I've seen them, their confidence level is always up there. So they had a very great first impression for me. All right, next we have, in our number 4 spot, we have the Kentucky State K-Reds. And these ladies, I mean, they have been impressing me all from the spring up until now, but watching their season, their fall season, they have definitely been on the rise, just from the way how they perform and their confidence level and everything. And I love how they're staying true to their style, and I just love seeing them come up. I love seeing the underdog team come up and rise to the challenge, and they are definitely saying, hey, do not look over us, okay? Each and every time I see them, they're just up there, period. All right, so let's get into our number 3 spot, which is the Golden Passionettes, of course, okay? Of course these ladies was going to score high, because they just blew my mind, blew me away this season, and that was definitely like a team that I just didn't expect to come out the blue and just show me a different side of HBCU dance, and they definitely have left a great impression on me. And I think that they just overall just, you know, from their uniform selection to how they presented themselves all season, I think the ladies did amazing, period. All right, so our number 2 spot is going to go to the sensational Stingettes. Ladies looked amazing all season long, period. Baby hairs laid every game. I mean, just uniform selection is on point. I love the way how their confidence level, I think that they really followed their captain's footsteps and really backed her up on everything. So nice job, ladies. I loved your field performance. I love the way how your energy just exuded at each performance. So yes, nice job, Stingettes. Y'all already know this. All right, and our number 1 spot is going to go to, do I have to say it? Do I have to say it? One of my top teams this year, the Golden Girls. Okay, they scored a perfect 10 for me because the ladies just put on a show each and every time. No matter what stadium they were stepping in, they put on a show and they grabbed that attention. So that first impression of the team each and every game was just everlasting. And they always just made sure that you were thoroughly entertained at every performance. And I think the girls just murder it from beginning of the season to the end. Because straight consistency there. And I love the growth as well. So yes, nice job, GG's. Nice job. All right, so we are near the end of this. Now this last category, not necessarily category, but I tallied up every, you know, the points. So this is captain, field, stands, and overall impression combined into one, which would make it up to be 65 points each. So they have, you know, each team has a chance to, you know, score a 65 pretty much. Okay, so let's get into our final scores, okay? Our final scores for the season, the squads that have scored the highest in each category combined, the number combined, the squad that has scored the highest, okay, my top 5 teams. Well, actually I have a tie in here, but let's do our top 5 places, okay? So for our number 5 spot, we have the Black Foxes and the Present J Sets, okay? These ladies have just been doing amazing, as you guys can see, and what I've already mentioned in the beginning of the video. Yeah, they deserve this spot, and they have scored high, and yeah, I just can't wait to see more from them next season. Our number 4 spot is going to go to the Golden Passionettes. They have definitely earned this spot. They scored high in almost every category, and they placed in almost every category, so kudos to you ladies. All right, our number 3 spot is going to go to the Sensational Stingettes. They have definitely been scoring high, and it shows. It definitely shows there. All right, our number 2 spot is going to go to the Dancing Divas. Now these ladies, like I said, it might be a squad that you don't even think that would win or think that'd be on top, but these ladies definitely deserve it because they have scored high on the field. They score high in our captain category, and they have scored high on the stands category, so that's what pushed them up to be there. So they definitely deserve this. So nice job, the Dancing Divas. In our number 1 spot, which y'all should know because they scored pretty much number 1 in each category except for field, which is the Golden Girls, okay, period. They have got a 61.5 out of 65 points maximum. So this squad has definitely showed why they are the top squad, because they can score high in each category, ma'am, period. Well, okay, captains, this was my final season rankings, as you guys know, and as I said in the beginning of the video, this is all based off of scores, no biasness, not I like this team more than this team, no favoritism at all, okay, at all. So please be mindful of that in the comments. I would love to hear your personal ranking and scores on everything. If you use my rubric, please try and you know, comment down below what you got, period, because I would love to hear it. But yeah, if you like today's video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Become a captain today. All you gotta do is hit that big red subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out any future content I will be bringing you. And that is all that I have for you beautiful captains today. And that is what on period, and I'm out. Bye, captain.